When the things that you need come at just the right speed, that's logistics. Medicine that can't wait, legal briefs that by 8, that's logistics. Freight for you, box for me, box that keeps you healthy, that's logistics. Saving time, cutting stress when you use UPS, that's logistics.
Hello everyone, we are Group 8 and we have 3 members. We are Khoa, Phương and Vi. Today, our group will present to you about financial of United Parcel Survey Company, include financial statement, financial ratio, working capital management and bonds. And now we will start it. First of all, we will introduce about UBS. The CEO of UBS is David Abney. Their headquarters is Atlanta, Georgia. And the slogan of UBS is the shield with the word safe, swift, sure. Next, the competitor of UBS is FedEx. Its headquarters is in Memphis, Tennessee. The CEO of FedEx is Reddick W. Smith. Products of both UBS and FedEx include post delivery, express mail, freight forwarding, third-party logistics. Let's move into the main part. Question 1. What are 3 most important significant changes in financial statement? Look at the income statement. The net income has changed significantly over 7 years. US net income has increased although it had a drop in 2009 and slightly decreased in 2014. Similar to US situation in 2009, FedEx net income also dropped, and after reaching a peak in 2013, it steadily went down and stopped at 1.05 million. Overlook to net income trend into these two companies was decreased in 2009. It could be the effect of global crisis in 2007-2009. Net income recovered in 2013, then dropped again in 2014. However, US had good sign of going up when FedEx kept going down. From the balance sheet, we have the common size statement of US and FedEx. Look at the chart, we can see the US always have the higher total asset. However, FedEx quickly catch up in the last 3 years, and in 2015, both got the highest total asset in the last 7 years. The same as total asset, total liability of US also higher than FedEx, and both have increased. However, compared in total stockholder equity, UBS had much lower number. In the stockholder equity significant chart, UBS went up in 2009, then kept on fading in the period from 2009 to 2014, slightly went up in the last year. The stockholder equity of FedEx decreased in 2009, then accelerated in 2013, and in the last 2 years decreased. To account for it, everything going up in 2013. This is the period of recovering after financial crisis. Companies tend to expand their business, create more relationship to their customer. In cash flow statement, both companies have fluctuated number of channels of cash flow from operating activity and investing activity. The notable point is that the data of FedEx always lower than US. Net cash from financing activity, both companies have increased in the last 7 years, although on data of UBS a negative number. It fell dramatically in 2013 and going up. This could be explained by the illegal drug scandal of UBS in 2013. The second question, what are the most important significant change of financing ratio? Look at the finance ratio of UBS. We can see debt ratio is increasing and get the highest point in 2014-2015. We could see that the total debt it tends to increase faster and faster even than the total asset. And when it gets nearly to 100%, the more financial the company gets. Compared to competitor, FedEx also have this trend in this debt ratio. However, it's lower than US data and about the industry average. In compare of current ratio, quick ratio, time interest earned, and cash coverage, U.S. business sharing one trend fluctuated and were highest in 2013. The U.S. data always lower than business, and both are about the air delivery freight service industry. Because U.S. companies don't have inventory, therefore there is no inventory turnover and they sell in inventory. In total asset turnover, UBS and FedEx have very similar number. However, in general rule, from 2008 to 2015, UBS has increased steadily while FedEx decreased and getting closer to the industry at 1.33%. Look at the financial ratio of US. We have three graphs: return on asset, profit margin, and return on equity. On the return on asset, we can see the ratio US significant change upward. The lowest ratio were in 2008 and the highest in 2015. Compared to FedEx, it much higher, especially in 2009. Ratio dropped to 0.39%. The profit margin graph. Similar to return on asset, the ratio decreased in 2009, recovered in 2013, fluctuated and get to the highest point in 2015, higher than FedEx and the whole industry. In return on equity, US ratio steadily increased from 2008 to 2013. After slightly go down in 2014, the ratio skyrocketed incredibly over than 2,000% in 2015. While the ratio of FedEx dropped down in 7 years, the industry was 21.08 in 2015. Next question: what is the change in working capital management? We have three charts of production cycle, collection cycle, and payment cycle. I mentioned above, US have no inventory. Surely there no production cycle. While in 2009, FedEx got the highest point of production cycle, then dramatically went down in 2013. In collection cycle, US take more time to collect the payment than FedEx. The payment cycle of US in overview has changed steadily moving upward but insignificant. But in the data of FedEx has denoted changes. From higher than US in 2008 and 2009, the cycle dropped down under US payment cycle and stayed lower from that time to the year 2015. Since we have the cash conversion cycle of US and FedEx, different to the ratio cycle above, the cash conversion cycle of US has decreased significantly from 2008 to 2015, with a slightly increase in 2014. FedEx went down in 2009. However, it recovered incredibly in 2013, continued in 2014, and have a sign of going down in 2014 at minus 81.16%. And we can see in the last 3 years, US need more time to finance its company than US. Lastly, we'll have a look at the bond and bond valuation. According to US bond graph, in the period from 2017 to 2024, in the point that concentrated small bonds, amount of the interest rate between 0.01% to 2.5%. A small amount is dropped in the high yields of maturity in about 5%. From 2025 to 2036, have no bond except a very small amount in 2031 at 2.5%. Begin again at 2036. US getting more bonds, although it's not as much as in the first period. And in the FedEx bond graph, similar to US, but the first period is longer from 2018 to 2024 29, the yield to maturity are also higher, some are lower, fluctuated between 0.1% to 4%. The second period lasts to 2042, with small amount in 2034 at 4% compared to UBS, PTS hay more bonds in the last period and higher values up to 6%.
This is the end of our presentation and thanks for listening.